More than 20,000 people have died in this week's catastrophic earthquakes in Syria and Turkey. And Britain's defense minister says the UK has no immediate plans to transfer fighter planes to Ukraine. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The death toll has climbed past 20,000 people in Turkey and Syria from this week's gargantuan earthquake and hundreds of aftershocks. Rescuers are still working to free people from crushing debris. Thousands of buildings collapsed. Didem Demirkan is with the relief group Oxfam in Turkey. She says the scale of the earthquake's devastation is staggering.
It had 10 provinces, so it's a big geography, and 13 million people were impacted. So, it's a big population. So, first of all, the needs are too much. And add to that the cold.
Temperatures have dropped below freezing in the region, adding to the misery of survivors. Many people are sleeping outdoors because remaining buildings are unsafe or because there's no housing at all. There are fresh air raid alerts in Ukraine today. Russia has fired dozens of missiles and drones into Ukraine, and the targets are power substations and other infrastructure. Ukraine and Western nations say Russia is using winter as a weapon of war by cutting off electricity and throwing civilians into the cold. Britain's defense minister says the UK will not transfer fighter jets to Ukraine in the near term. Villa Marks reports that's despite pleas from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
British Defence Minister Ben Wallace said it could take months to supply aircraft to participate in the conflict. In the meantime, the UK would be focused on other technology and weapon systems to defend Ukrainian skies from Russian jets, including long-range missiles and drones. Wallace echoed military analysts as he told the conference in Rome it would be, quote, more realistic and more productive if Britain planned to provide military aircraft to Ukraine after the current conflict had concluded to ensure the country's long-term security. During Zelensky's recent visit to Britain, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak promised UK training for Ukrainian fighter pilots on aircraft types that are used by NATO members. For NPR News, I'm Villa Marks in London.
The federal government has sent a letter to the nation's governors. The letter formally tells them that the COVID-19 public health emergency in the U.S. will end on May 11th. NPR's Selena Simmons-Duffin reports.
Health Secretary Javier Becerra's letter informs governors that the public health emergency declaration is being extended one last time for 90 days. It notes that this decision was being made in light of promising pandemic trend lines since the peak of the COVID-19 Omicron surge in January 2022. Daily reported cases are down 92%, and deaths and hospitalizations have declined by about 80%. In a call with reporters, federal health officials noted that access to vaccines and certain treatments like Paxlovid will not be affected right away. The federal government has purchased enough of these to last until late summer or early fall, so they'll still be free to everyone regardless of insurance until that supply runs out. Selena Simmons-Duffin, NPR News.
You're listening to NPR News.